G'day mates, Argsy here. Welcome back to Western Australia. So we're here in the 2 fence. They're making some good progress on getting the canola planted in this field. We're made it one pass across. I've made it the whole way across the field doing the skip rows. So if you have a look there, you'll see in our map of pretty much halfway, I suppose. What are we saying? About an hour and a half left. So a little bit of time, but they're going pretty well and pretty much used half of their product. So it'll be a bit touch and go whether the anhydrous lasts to get them all the way back to the start or not. But that's alright, we can sort out a tanker to get those refilled if we need to. So that's not too much of a problem. So with that all going smoothly, we're just going to leave them going here. Now, the main task for today, we're going to go and get started harvest on another field. I'm not going to tell you which one it is just yet and what we're going to be doing in there, but we're going to get all the combines, all the auger wagons, the mother bins, everything all set up, and a little bit of a trek from the yard to the field. It's not one that's right next to it like these two were. So we'll go get everything sorted out and get down to getting started on some more harvesting. We're all lined up here, just about to head out onto the road. We've got all 6 combines here, all with their header trailers on, and we've got the oversized load Land Cruiser here in the front, which will be our pilot vehicle. So we're going to make our way out here slowly, take a bit of a left turn, then get onto one of the dirt tracks down on the right, and head down to the next field. We're going to get started on harvesting. So we'll jump in the pilot vehicle and make our way there. So here we are, we've arrived at our next destination. So this rather nice looking field here, which, no surprises, stretches for as far as the eye can see. But if we just grab the drone, go up and have a look. Not quite the biggest field on the map. I think that honour goes to the one just over on the other side of that field break. But this one has a road, you can see, which accesses all the way down this side of it, next to the river, follows the river the whole way around. I've chosen this one just because it has slightly better access and the road goes all the way back down there. So for our auger wagons and setting up our mother bins and getting trucks in and out, going to be much better than the field over beyond, which only had a single access point in the corner up there. There is a track which goes back out to the road. Over there you can see our field we're planting the canola in. Then obviously this track here, and keep spinning back around all the way up in the top corner of the field, or the bottom corner, depending which way you're looking at the map. There's another road which goes all the way out to Cargill's, to the sell point. You can't see, but it is over in that direction. So I'm going to get the combines all set up, get the headers on the front, get the trailers stored away neatly out of the way, and we'll then go through getting how I'm planning on setting up getting this field harvested. So bear with me and we'll catch you again soon. Alright, now we've got the combines over in the field. It's time to get all the bins over there. So we've got the 2 mother bins in the front and the 4 chaser bins down the back there. So they're going to go to slightly different locations. The John Deeres are going to head towards the northern corner, and we'll send the case tractors down towards the south corner. And we'll see how that all goes. So we'll send him off to North Entry and keep a bit of an eye on this. Alright, so you can see in the background there, we've got our mother bin and chaser bins here. Got the 3 combines all ready to go, and I have already gone through and set up the courseplay, but I'll very quickly run through that again. Now what I've had to do for this one is I actually had to drive the perimeter of the field, so I used the Land Cruiser to drive around and record the outside. It wouldn't scan, it wasn't there. I know it's some of the shortcomings of this map not being completed properly, but there's always a workaround, and that was mine, was to drive the perimeter. So it took a wee while, but we're here. So what have I done to set it up? Headlands around once. We've got manual direction, so it was west, no, east-west, horizontal. We're going to start on our headland passes. We're doing it in lands, 6 rows per land, and 18 meters. Multiple tools, 3. Now that's the critical part here. So we've already got our field course there. I have already saved it, F1, 3 combines. So I think, as long as I've got this one set as left, I am going to hit play. Now I do realise I'm not going to be able to keep up with them. I'm going to have to get the cart set up properly yet, but this is just to get started and get the field opened up. There is always a wee bit of messing around trying to get everything set up properly. But anyhow, we'll fire this off. We're going to start from first waypoint and see how things go. Alright, so there we are. First combine in the field and starting to get some wheat harvested this time. Obviously we've done some barley before, and this one's wheat. Now I've made the conscious decision to not collect the straw. I proved that could be done in the last field, but have chosen that for this one we're not going to go to that effort. So we're just going to jump in here and load the course. Field 1, 3 combines, make sure it is our fieldwork course, make sure this is the center, and apart from that we'll press drive on course on that one and can hop in here and get this one going at the same time. So all exactly the same. F1, 3 combines, right side, and start course. Oops. First waypoint. That one's running off somewhere. Did I not put him on fieldwork? I did have it on the right one. Not quite sure why that didn't start. There we go. Now we're harvesting. Jump into this one and make sure it goes as well. We'll do exactly the same thing. Off that straw. That's heading for the straw. To right and drive course. Alright, I'd say he's just paused because of the convoy distance. Waiting for that one to get in front. Here we go. While we're here still though, I just noticed he needs fuel. So, we will just stop him very quickly. Because over here on the header trailers, we came prepared with a fuel tank. So I'll just quickly get backed up by the one by the 9RX and see if we can get some fuel out of it. Here we go, filling up. So already those header trailers have come in very helpful with that diesel tank on the front. And I also notice we've finished, one of our planters is finished too. So we'll have to go and check that out. Go, we should be able to go drive course and head off happily. As I said, full already. So I might, if I'm doing a cut-in, we'll just stop him there. We'll come and get him emptied out soon. Right, and now over here in the fence, the reason I said before for the 3 course, or 3 harvesters on the course, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set these ones up here, running on the same course, and we'll get the headlands taken off, and then once they're up and going properly, we'll get them started on a couple of different lands. We'll basically split this field into 2, and we'll have one team basically harvesting one side and the other team harvesting the other one. So I've just loaded the course, we've got that set up there. We'll put this combine on left, I'm going to turn off the straw discharge, and we want to start at the next closest waypoint. So we'll just press go on this. Alright, so we got the combines all underway. They did start off a bit funny. I'd made a mistake that they still had the previous course loaded from the last time they were combining. I had to, when I added the course in for this field, I actually appended it to it. We were trying to run 2 courses, which they started trying to drive off across the field and head over to the other course before doing this one. So, bit of a faux pas on my part, but we figured it out pretty quickly and got that all cleared off. So, we've got the 3 ideals, they're just sitting there, they all need unloading. We've got the X9s are all going, and we've set up the mother bin down here at this end of the field, and got 2 of the carts running for those. So they should be all up and going. But I'm going to just very quickly set up the grain carts here for the fence. And as you can see, I've already moved the mother bin into the position I'd like. So the idea with this being that the grain trucks can come past from the road and unload or fill up from the mother bin, and we can come in from the field side and offload onto it. So we've seen this plenty of times, but I'm just going to very quickly put a course, the auger out, just so I make sure we get in a position where we can unload. The line beside the bin there, that looks good. And then we drive away. I'm going to do a loop and join back up on the end. And then once we've done that, we just need to add in the waypoints or the labels, and that should just about be everything we need to do. So we'll just go there and finish the course. Now I don't know why autodrive defaults to trying to connect to one that's further away. It never goes to the nearest one for me. if you have similar experiences or not, but whenever I try it, it always does that. Anyhow, we'll come back down here, we'll add in our weight point, be on any one of these really, one more, and label that. So this is what I've called F1, this is south grain cart unload. And there's that fun little thing where you can tab between vehicles by clicking on them. Catches me out more times than you would imagine. We've got that sorted, and we'll just run around to about here. Doesn't really matter where it is, but as we're going to be doing most of the work in that direction, I won't go too much further. Label on there, F1 south grain cart weight. Create that. We should now be able to go into here, find the combine unload, there we go, and we want to put those 2 points. So we are at the weight point and we want to unload into there. Now we need to go down to the combines, tell them to make sure they're on the same course. So tab into this one first, and I need to change auto drive here to be south weight, and that should now call. So I'm just going to tell this one to drive. Not going to go anywhere because it's full and ready for an unload, but it will sort itself out in a minute, and we'll do the same for the other two. Alright, so we've got this one all up and going. We'd already unloaded a little bit of grain into it, so it's got a little bit in there. Go and have a look to see how the other one is. There we go, they managed to sort themselves out, which is good. And we've still got the combines set to stop when unloading, so they're not going to drive off. Right, so that's very good. Let's jump over to the deers and see what's happening down that end of the field. Alright, so down here in the trailing of the 3X9s, this getting unloaded here. That's good, that's progressing. If I just jump into the combine, I'll be able to tab that way because of the header. Through there. If I just tab through here, so this one's full and waiting for an unload. 85%, and the 9RT there, not quite sure where they think they're going. Very close to being able to come back and empty this guy out. At least the tractors are out and seem to be attending to it, so we'll leave them going. Now I need to go over and check on how our planters are. Go have a look over there. So we are all done with our canola planting. This is great news. They're both here at their end point. Like the field, look on the map, is pretty well covered. A few little spots just around the power pylons, which obviously depending which way they go is always going to be a struggle. But we have a look at the fertilized state. Here we go. So we've had that one application of anhydrous on this field, and obviously the fertilizer on the other one. So that's all looking pretty rosy. So they've done a good job. How much? Ended up with 10% of the anhydrous and 30% seed in this one. And very similar amount there. Used a little bit more seed, but pretty much exactly the same anhydrous. So that was good. We'll get them back to the yard, all cleaned off and tidied up, put away, ready for the next round of planting to do. Alright, well things are running reasonably smoothly, I would say. The biggest problem at the moment is, if you look here, is the distance we're getting away from our mother bin. So these guys are having to go quite a way once they're unloaded to come all the way back down here and tip into there. So I might go and see about getting hold of a couple more auger wagons. Now that the fence are both finished with planting, we could hook them up and put one on each set of combines. And I also, if you'll see, we're 87% full in this mother bin already. Quite a bit of grain in there. So I am very quickly going to have to figure out our setup for the trucks. So a couple of things there to do. So I'm going to go and get that sorted, leave the combines going, and hopefully things will start to run a little bit more smoothly. Not things are going bad or anything like that, just the initial opening up a field just takes a little bit longer, but once we're going on up and down rows, it should be pretty smooth. Alright, so we're just getting a couple of trucks heading off now. Already sent the Kenworth off, and there goes the Peterbilt with the West tippers on the back. So he is going to head to the southern entry to the field, down where the fence are based, and the other one, the Kenworth with the lusty tippers, is going to the John Deere end, the north end. But we've also got the fence here, we've got them all tidied up, looking nice and shiny, and all disconnected from the drills, and we're going to go and sort out some grain carts with these. So let's go have a look at what we might do. Alright, so I'm just getting the first of the trucks here set up. We've created our autodrive course, a little bit of a offset here, put a trigger point down the end or a label, and we're just going to see what happens now as it drives in here slowly. There's a little bit of grain in all of these trailers, just as it so happened when I was driving under. But hopefully we'll get up here, and once the front of the truck gets underneath the mother bin, it should stop and hopefully start filling. Wait and see what happens. About there now. Alright, so there we go. Doesn't look the best here with the clipping through the side, but we are in the right spot. Let him, should be enough in there actually to get a full truckload out of this. Alright, there we go. That's the front trailer full. See if it just pulls forward enough to get the next one started. Perfect. And that will leave just the last one. Now, I'll just double check the price. We said to go to grain trading too. That's the best price at the moment for wheat. Grain trading Australia, so we might just change that. Stop course there. Trading 1. Start again. Oh, it resets it. Just quickly come in here and open everything manually. And finish this off. How much space there is left in the back trailer? Can't have been any because that's saying we are 100% full. Alright, so we should be able to now press go, and they seem to have planned a route. It is going to take the best part of 11 minutes to get there. So we will let them head off, and we'll go and get the other truck sorted out. I've also got some other auger wagons lined up too, so we'll go and get those brought back over. We've just got the fence here I've got round to where the John Deere started from. For some reason one of the combines picked up a different path for the courseplay and started running down the middle of the field. So I'm not quite sure why that's happened. It's alright, we will go and recover that and fix that up, because obviously we want to send these down to the other end of the field, back where we started them from, so that they can start working down there, start doing their lands from that end. John Deere's aren't too far away from getting all the way down there, so we'll be able to go and get that started. I'm just going to tidy this up, and then we will head back down there and do that. There's a lot of moving pieces going on at the moment, trying to get this all set up and configured. But we are getting closer to being able to let everything just go and do its own thing. I've just got this truck set up, I hope. We had to tweak the mother bin a little bit. It was being on the outside of the corner, coming in from this direction and turning left to get under the auger was not that friendly. So we've moved the mother bin into the field just a little bit, tweaked the grain cart course, and then put this course here for the truck to go through on. So we'll just quickly follow through and see how this goes. The other truck has made it down to the sell point, has sold everything. I don't know which way they're coming back. They're still down there at the sell point, so they may need a little bit of a prod. So I keep going, I might have not had them on a loop. See, this one's only set up on a one trip. See, just there, so I better put that back on infinite while I remember. So we just keep on going. Here we go. Alright, there's the first one filling. So based on evidence from last time, that should all be pretty good. Not sure if there'll be enough grain in this mother bin just yet. We'll wait and see. Now I can't quite see the John Deere coming down the side of the field there, but I can see a line moving and a harvested line coming behind it, so they're not too far away. See that up the top there? But yeah, definitely not going to have enough grain for this truck. I think it has quite a lot bigger capacity than the other tipper. So, positive news though, it does look like this pulls forward properly. It does look like our course is going to work for that. Wait and see if the second trailer starts filling. It does. Right. Alright, well I guess we can leave that going now. And we can, there comes John Deere now. We can get these other combines going. Back on this first land at this end. And then we can get the other grain carts over here. Alright, so just having a look here now with the fence and where our course is going. You can see we've probably got a land here in the middle and then two more here on the end. If we were to go and set the combines started on this one, then they would work this way across the field. Obviously the John Deeres, once they get here, they're going to carry on going around and start doing the up and down rows at the other end. So I think we'll take this one down, see if we can locate that spot and get started on those land passes. Alright, so we've managed to figure out where we can start this land. So we've got the 3 fence going in here. Like one's already pretty much full, so we'll wait for the grain cart to come over here. But we'll leave them going and let's go and sort out the 2 fence over in the yard with those new grain carts now, finally. And there we have them. So slightly smaller carts than the Coleman bins, but we have 2 of the newish Demco 1300 auger wagons by custom modding, so matching wagons. So they're a slightly smaller capacity, as I said. I think 50,000 litres versus 70,000 that the Coleman bins can do. That's still enough to take at least 2 hoppers. I think the X9s are about 25,000 each, so you could empty 2 X9s into this, or probably 3 of the fence, I believe. But we'll get these driving over there and get them set up on the courses so they can start getting to work. Be interesting actually having these with the 39 mile per hour speed in them. They might be able to cover a little bit more ground than some of the other tractors can, just because they are a faster tractor. So we'll see how they go. We may even look at swapping them over and putting them on one of the bigger bins, and just to see how they go at some stage too. Alright, the first of the fences down here, and not a moment too soon because our mother bin is full again. So we've got 2 of the grain carts sitting there, not doing anything because they need to empty out. So I need to get this set up as quickly as I can. So we need to find the unload combine, and we'll set that up through F1 north, grain cart wait, and grain cart unload. And we need to get that going. Now I've just discovered what is going to be a little bit of a problem, I think, with unloading on the John Deeres, and it's going to be the same on the fence. Those wheels, I thought about it, they stick out a long way past the grain cart. And with the fence in particular, we're already pretty close to the header to get them unloaded. Those are big 60-foot headers on. So I think we are going to have a real issue with that. In fact, if I tab through there, you can see the John Deere's not too bad because it is a longer auger and does shoot it out the end a little bit more. But I did have to take this over. Autodrive wouldn't do it on its own, so I may have to go and get our service truck, bring that over here, and take some of those wheels off. I've got the service truck here over, and we're just going to pull up next to the fence here and see what we can do about sorting these wheels out. Obviously it's not going to work having those big triples on the back. It really is too wide to be around the combines. So we'll just get this opened up in here. Here we go. Oops. Oh, we want to press that button there. Let's see what we can do to customize. I'd like to have a look at somewhere under here. Here we go. Looking for some of the tasty big LSWs. There we go. We've got some 1100 LSWs there. We've got the wheel weights on the back. I think if we do that on both, that should be quite a nice combo to get pulling these grain carts. Get that put away. And there you go. Much more streamlined with the grain cart size. We'll get this all set back up. Gotta reconnect the weight and reconnect the grain cart. Go. And we should now be able to tell this to head off on the combine auto drive route it has there for working with the ideal 10Ts. Being pulled in here next to the other of the two fence. Got the one done. We'll just jump in here. The maintenance trailer opened up. Go. Let's get these wheels changed out on this one. Do the LSWs with weights. Customize that. Go. Shuttle this up. Get this out of the way, and then get the tractor back up and running. It's going to be a much better. But if we just come by here ourselves, auger out. Now, one thing I was thinking about actually was with our auto drive course is going to be too close for this auger. Not quite sure. Be a bit touch and go, but we'll get that offloaded and get them ready to go again. Now we are just waiting for all the X9s coming around from the other end of the field. I've done their one headland pass, so they need to come back down here. One of them's over there waiting, but we'll get the other two over here and get them back up and running properly as quickly as we can. There we go. We'll get this out of the way, get him ready to go on courseplay again, and make sure everything is running smoothly. But I think once we get these John Deeres going on up and down rows, we should be in a pretty good spot to leave everything going all on its own. Alright, we've finally got the John Deeres back underway. Got them running here, just doing the small end. Not going to take them too long. Give the grain carts a bit of a chance to be caught up with them as well. So I'm going to leave them going here. Got the one vent there you can see needs to be unloaded. The others are obviously still on their way. And then over here we've actually got a bit of a lineup. I think the 9RX needs to get in and empty, and the fence sitting there is already empty, so I might have to give them a prod out of the way. But this is all going pretty well now that these guys are in here and have started doing this bit of harvest. Fingers crossed that we should get into a bit more of a rhythm and start to get some of this field knocked out. I'm mindful of the time though, 7:15. Not sure how much more daylight we've got there, but we'll keep going until the moisture in the wheat gets too high to not be able to harvest it. And we'll be back when the sun is up and the grain has dried out in the morning. Alright, so we've just been riding along there for a wee while with one of the John Deeres. You'll notice we're now into the next day. Got through the night there, it was a bit dark and wouldn't have made it very exciting to watch. But if we just bring up the map, the John Deeres made quite a decent cut out of this. They've made it quite a way across already actually. But the fence haven't quite moved as much as I thought they might have. And for some reason, the case that you just see driving way up there, it got stuck. It just wouldn't move. It was stuck on a planning course, or looking for waypoints, or whatever you want to call it, and just held these ones up. So these two were sitting there waiting to empty out, and obviously they could not go anywhere with that in the way. So not quite sure what's causing that. Not quite sure what I can do to fix it either. But fixed it now by doing what we've done. And if we just jump over here, so this one's just emptying out too, and we've got the truck there which isn't quite full. We've sent the Kenworth is heading off, there they are. But again, they filled up out of this bin, and if we just jump over to mother bin, jump into here. So the mother bin here is full, and we've got 2 grain carts waiting. So for some reason, again, the Kenwood had sat here, got to 100% full, and then hadn't driven off. So might have to try and fine-tune some of those bits and pieces, but what it means is I might actually go and get the other road train from over at the yard and bring that over here, or else we're going to fall behind pretty quickly. Right, so we're over here, we've jumped into the Mac, and we've got the 3 underbelly dumpers there, the lizard ones. So I should be able to go through this and tell it where to load from. So we're going to load from field 1 north truck fill, and we want to go, and we'll just double prices again. Prices for wheat, actually Grain Trading Australia 2 is the high price now, so we probably need to change where the other guys are going to. Not that we're really that worried about the price. There we go, so he should do that all automatically now without us having to interfere at all. Alright, so that's good news. Just jumped over here, and we've got 2 of the fence unloaded, and it looks like the 3rd one is just about to be unloaded. So I'm definitely noticing we are getting a better efficiency of loading and unloading, having the 3rd grain cart, even if it's a little bit smaller, being the Demco one. Definitely, I think, has improved the operation as a whole. Just having that little bit extra capacity and being able to keep them all moving. I noticed that while we were watching the John Deeres there for a while. Things are going pretty well. Now, the other thing I'm going to look at doing is I might just jump over here and have a look. So we're over here in field number 6, and our canola here is growing. Got some pesky birds in there, get rid of them. But this needs another application of fertilizer, as does cotton over the other side here. There we go. So what I might do, I might go and get the 2 John Deere, the fertilizer spreaders, and set them up to get the fertilizer spread on here, and I'll do that using a resupply course to the fill points directly like I did last time, rather than trying to do it through one of our auger wagons or trucks. Alright, so here we are, first of the spreaders. Now I haven't bothered getting it filled up yet. I just thought I'd get in here, get the courses set up, and see how we go. So what I'm going to do first is I've already changed the auto drive. I've told it to use field 7 cart weight, which if you remember from the first couple of episodes is out sort of in the middle of the field, is where to pick the course up from. Obviously then head to fertilizer fill, and we want it to pick up fertilizer. But if we just jump in here, now one issue I've made before is obviously appending the course with the fence earlier on, so we're just going to remove that course. Now we should, thinking there will probably be a field 7 lime spreader. There we go. We should just about be able to use that course. Now we go back into here, loading the course. I'm going to bring this up, and there we go. So we can see we have a pretty reasonable course there for this. It'll be 2 pieces of equipment. So we want to go through and do what we'd normally do with setting this up. So just close that. We'll call this the this will be the left-hand spreader. It's obviously the right one last time, but left there. We want to make sure that we're all sorted there. We want to change the fill type. We want to be fertilizer this time. You bump those up to 100. And then we want to use autodrive for unload refill, and we've got the F7 cart weight fertilizer fill fertilizer there. Start the course at the first waypoint, and now we hit drive course on that. We're not going to get out of the field. Now that must be something about how it's trying to exit the field to refill. I wonder if I had that filled up first, whether that would have been a better solution. Because as you can see there, it's not going to find the autodrive route. Right, let's try a different point. Try field 7 entry. See if it can find its way from there. There we go. It was just to do with where we had the point for the field. So we'll let them go and get sorted, and we'll get the other one and get that all set up as well. Alright, so we've got the second spreader here. I've just been through and set up all the same settings. Got the auto drive over here on the right, using the same with the field 7 entry this time. And we've got the course all loaded. Got load, unload, refill. We've put the fertilizer on as a fill type. We've set this one to the right hand side. So we should now be able to hit drive course and get going. They're going to get over to where they want to start from first, obviously, which is on the right hand lane. And realise they have no fertilizer, and should now try and plot a course out of the field. There we go, exiting the field. So that's good. Alright, so just jumped back into the spreader here. There's the other one, full, $30,000 worth of fertilizer. But I got here just in time to see them get into the field and hopefully make a successful start on getting the fertilizer applied. Okay, I decided to put some on going in reverse. But there we go. They are now underway, which is good. They'll run around on the course and really should not need any more attention from me until they're finished, and we need to get them going in field 6. I can just make the other one out, coming out past the silos over there. So that's all going well. Alright, and here is the second spreader just getting underway. So they're all working just like we'd expect them to. Now, one thing I am actually just realising is I could probably actually restart these and put them on a new course, because of course the lime fruit doesn't spread as far as the fertilizer. So what I might actually do, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop the driver here. We'll just leave them there for now. We're going to stop the other one. There you go, we're going to stop the other one there. I'm going to send them back down to the field, speed a little bit and go through the fence. I'm going to recreate this course because there's some efficiencies to be had if we use the correct spread width for the fertilizer. So let's go and get that sorted out. Right, so I'm just intrigued. I've brought the second spreader back down here, which will be our right hand one. Doesn't matter, but I'm going to recreate the course for them. But just very quickly, I'm just going to ask it to drive course, because I want to get an idea on what time it's going to take, or had expected to take to do it with the lime course. Once they get going there, we should get a time estimate. So an hour, 1 hour pretty much. Let's stop the driver again, clear that course. And we'll just back up here. Now I sent the other one down here on auto drive, coming down the road. So they'll be here momentarily. But let's generate a course and see what happens this time. Alright, so there we go. We've generated a new course. Field 7, 2 tools around, up and downs, 32 meter working width. So let's just go back in here. We'll save this while we're thinking about it. F7 vert spread. Save that there. Now go through and check our settings. Let's doesn't matter, we'll change this one to left. Fix that all again later. Everything else should be fine. We had it all set up. Fertilizer in there. Drive course, unload, nothing's changed on that. So let's press go and see if the time has changed, how long it's going to take the course to be run. There you go, so we've saved some 15 minutes, which in farming terms is not a short period of time. Would have been it's almost a quarter of the time, so well worth it. Right, let's get him carried on, and we'll have to load the course in for the other one. And there you go, you can visually see that little bit of extra width that we're getting over the line, picking up the piece that's already been spread. So that's good, well worth the change, I think. Alright, so back here over here, just checking on progress. Things are going relatively smoothly. Just got the 2 combines needing emptying at the moment. The mother bins are certainly filling up pretty quick though. We're struggling to keep up with the road trains getting them out and sold. But what have we earned? $700,000 so far off this field. Plus a bit more because we've spent $60,000 on fertilizer. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with how things are going. Like I've said before plenty of times, heaps of teething issues. Heaps of little bits and pieces here which don't quite go right because of something I did. Appending courses instead of clearing the course and loading a new one. Just little frustrating little things that could go better, but to be harvesting a field of this size, get to the right one, having 6 combines and 6 grain carts and 3 road trains and all running at the same time, plus we've got the 2 sprayers or fertilizer spreaders going over there at the moment, and we also had the 2 planters going. So there's been a lot of moving pieces, and we're getting through it. So should be able to knock the rest of this field out pretty quickly now that we've got it all going, and before we know it, we'll be getting some cotton and some canola harvested. So anyhow, thank you all very much for watching. Appreciate all your support. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like. If you don't already subscribe, I would appreciate that as well. That is all for me for now. I will catch you in the next one.